who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
The Diddy trial isn't just about Diddy anymore. Beyoncé and Jay-Z are now in the crosshairs. Federal prosecutors are reportedly investigating his inner circle, and sources claim Jay and Bey are at the top of the list. Their names have surfaced in court documents, and rumors suggest they may have been involved in or aware of activities now under scrutiny. With Diddy's legal troubles escalating, the question isn't just what he did, it's who else knew. And if the feds have evidence linking Jay-Z and Beyoncé, their empire could be in serious trouble. Hold on to your hats, because this just went from scandalous to straight up cinematic. Rumor has it, Beyoncé and Jay-Z aren't just lying low. They're allegedly plotting an international escape. Sources say Queen Bey suddenly canceled upcoming tour dates, and insiders claim it's not because of scheduling conflicts. Nope, this looks like a strategic exit before things get legal. Word on the street, they're eyeing countries with no extradition treaties. Think tropical hideaways where the US government can't just knock on their door. Sound familiar? It's the same playbook Russell Simmons used when his legal drama went south. But here's the kicker. This isn't some last-minute vacation. This is a get out while you can move, and fans are losing it. Are they really about to vanish into thin air, or is this just smoke and mirror? Either way, the fact that they're even considering it tells you everything you need to know about how serious this situation really is.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. He ain't doing different.
Let's rewind the tape, because this story gets juicier the further back we go. Jay-Z and Diddy weren't just industry peers. They were tight. We're talking middle of the circle, ride or die status. Jay was one of only 2 people allowed to call Diddy by his real name, Sean, the other being Diddy's mom. That's not just friendship, that's family-level trust. For years, Diddy was a VIP at Jay and Bey's legendary Roc Nation brunch, rubbing shoulders with the elite like he owned the place. But then, boom, the Cassie lawsuit dropped, and suddenly Diddy became a ghost in their world. No more invites, no more shout-outs, just radio silence. Now, here's where it gets messy. Cutting ties after the scandal hit doesn't erase the years they ran in the same circles. And with prosecutors turning over every rock, people are asking, what did Jay-Z really know? Was he just a bystander, or was he in the room when things went left? The streets are saying this wasn't just a friendship, it was an alliance. And if that's true, distancing themselves now might be too little too late. Let's talk about the night that has the internet in a chokehold. A private party at Diddy's LA mansion that might just be the smoking gun in this whole saga. Rapper Sauce Money went on record describing an exclusive invite-only gathering back in 2020 where only a handful of A-listers made the cut, including Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Now, on the surface, elite parties are nothing new in Hollywood, but here's where it gets wild. The vibe Sauce described wasn't just champagne and small talk. He hinted at next-level debauchery, the kind that aligns a little too perfectly with the freak-off rumors swirling around Diddy for years. Fans are connecting the dots like detectives on a crime show. If Jay and Bey were in the room where it happened, what does that say about their involvement? Were they just guests or active participants in Diddy's infamous lifestyle? And here's the kicker. This wasn't some underground rave. This was a curated, high-profile event with the industry's biggest names. That means if the feds start subpoenaing witnesses, someone in that room will talk. The question is, whose reputation gets burned when they do? Just when you thought this story couldn't get any messier, let's drag some skeletons out of the closet, specifically Jay-Z's. We've all heard the whispers about his alleged relationship with Foxy Brown when she was just 15.
Jay-Z worked so fucking hard to change the narrative.
Here's what makes it stick. His former business partner, Dame Dash, refused to deny it when pressed. In fact, Dame got so uncomfortable during an interview that he basically said, "Ask Jay yourself," like a man holding a grenade with the pin already pulled. But wait, it gets worse. Remember when Jay-Z collaborated with R. Kelly after the singer's predatory history was already public knowledge? Even toured with him? Dame Dash claims that's exactly why he distanced himself from Jay, saying he'd never cut ties with R. Kelly, and that told me everything.
He's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
Now, with Diddy's trial exposing the rot in the industry's foundation, people are looking at Jay-Z sideways. Was he just another powerful player in the same toxic game? The patterns are there: older men, young women, and a system built to keep them silent. The real question is, if the feds come knocking, will Jay's past finally catch up to him for good? Behind the flawless performances and picture-perfect Instagram posts lies a story that's far from glamorous: Beyoncé's life under Jay-Z's control. According to insiders, their relationship wasn't a fairy tale romance. It was a strategic takeover. Jay allegedly met Beyoncé when she was just 16, waited until she was legal, and then swooped in as her mentor, her producer, and eventually her puppet master. Her former bodyguard, Uncle Ron, dropped bombshells, claiming Jay got her hooked on substances to keep her compliant. Eerily similar to Cassie's allegations against Diddy. But it wasn't just Jay pulling the strings. Beyoncé's own mother, Tina Knowles, reportedly helped engineer this controlled existence, crafting her daughter into a global brand at the cost of her personal freedom. Insiders say Beyoncé has never made a major decision without Jay or her family's approval, from her music to her tours to her own body. Now, with the walls closing in, rumors swirl that she's reached her breaking point, canceling projects, secretly consulting divorce lawyers, and even battling suicidal thoughts. The world sees Queen Bey, but is there a prisoner hiding behind the crown? The deeper we dig, the darker this gets. And now we've arrived at one of music's most tragic mysteries, Aaliyah. Behind the angelic voice and meteoric rise was a sinister tug-of-war between two powerful men, R. Kelly and Jay-Z. After R. Kelly's illegal marriage to 15-year-old Aaliyah was exposed, Jay allegedly saw an opening. Insiders claim he bombarded her with flowers, invites, and mogul charm, trying to pull her into his orbit, but Aaliyah wasn't having it. She reportedly preferred Jay's own business partner, Dame Dash, igniting a silent rivalry. Then the unthinkable, Aaliyah's plane accident in 2001, which some believe wasn't an accident at all. Whispers persist that she was sedated and forced onto that doomed flight. And here's the chilling part. Jay-Z's name keeps surfacing in these theories. Was Aaliyah's death just tragic timing or a permanent solution to someone's problem? With Diddy's trial reopening old wounds, fans are demanding answers, because if there's one thing this saga proves, it's that in Hollywood, coincidences don't exist, only cover-ups.
Now, I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah.
If Beyoncé's really planning her great escape, she's not leaving empty-handed. She's moving in silence and stacking those bills. Insiders report she's been quietly restructuring deals, pulling out of partnerships, and even canceling tours, not due to low demand, but because liquidating assets is step one of any billionaire's exit plan. Remember that mysterious creative differences excuse for scrapping projects? Yeah, that was code for I need cash fast. But here's the twist. This wasn't just about freedom. It was initially about divorce. Sources say Beyoncé had been prepping to leave Jay-Z for months, negotiating her financial independence behind closed doors. Then, plot twist, Diddy's legal avalanche hit, and suddenly, splitting assets turned into a joint escape plan. Now, the rumor mill claims they're funneling money into offshore accounts and overseas properties with one goal: disappear before subpoenas drop. The real question, can you outrun the feds when your paper trail is this loud? The most shocking twist in this saga, the Beehive isn't buzzing in defense anymore. They're leading the charge for accountability. Social media is on fire, with fans dissecting old interviews, concert footage, and even lyrics for clues they missed. Comments like, "She always looked trapped in those Jay-Z videos," and "Why did we ignore the dead eyes at the Grammys?" are going viral. Even celebrity allies who once praised the couple are now side-eyeing them hard. But here's what stings the most. This isn't just about cancel culture. Lifelong fans are heartbroken, replaying Beyoncé's I'm a Survivor anthems with new horror. Was she singing for help all along? Meanwhile, Jay-Z's business genius reputation is crumbling into enabler-in-chief. And with prosecutors allegedly monitoring their every move, the court of public opinion might just be the warm-up before real handcuffs come out. When your own stands start demanding investigations, that's when you know the empire's crumbling. The clock is running down, and the world is watching to see if music's ultimate power couple can pull off the impossible. With federal investigators circling and public sentiment turning into a mob, Beyoncé and Jay-Z aren't just fighting rumors anymore. They're racing against an actual legal countdown. Sources say their team is in full crisis mode, scrubbing social media archives, renegotiating NDAs, and yes, still eyeing those private jets on standby. But here's the brutal truth. In the digital age, you can't vanish without a trace. Every deleted post, every sudden property sale, every family trip to Bali is a breadcrumb. And let's be real, this isn't just about them anymore. The Diddy case cracked the door open, but if Jay and Bey fall, the floodgates could unleash decades of industry secrets. Whistleblowers are already murmuring about sealed court documents, payoffs, and other A-listers who partied a little too hard at Diddy's infamous gatherings. The real endgame? Either they slip away and become permanent fugitives of fame, or they become the sacrificial lambs in Hollywood's long overdue reckoning. One thing's certain, The next headline could change everything. And there you have it, the rise, the reign, and the possible fall of music's most untouchable dynasty. But this story isn't over yet. Every day, new leaks, new witnesses, and new receipts are shaking the foundation of Hollywood's elite. So here's my question for you. Do you think Beyoncé and Jay-Z will actually disappear, or will the truth drag them back into the spotlight? Drop your theories in the comments, as this train isn't stopping until someone answers for what went down. If you think this was explosive, smash that like button and subscribe, because next week we're diving into the other A-listers tied to Diddy's trial. And trust me, the list will shock you. Don't forget to turn on notifications. You won't want to miss when the next bombshell drops. Stay tuned, stay woke, and as always, keep your eyes open.